Hello Virgo, my name is Nigel and welcome to Alchemy. This is your August 2024 reading. Okay, let's get started. Let's get right into it. You do have Athena, and I really like this for a Virgo reading. Believe it or not, Athena is known as the Virgin of Olympia, and so is Virgo, right? Virgo is the Virgin of the zodiac. Basically, when you pull Athena, she's telling you to listen to your own fear as it guides you towards removing something from your life or perhaps even go out of your comfort zone, right? Something surrounding fear here, Virgo. You do have unexpected visitors. And yes, this could herald an unexpected actual visitor, or it just could say, prepare for the unexpected. You did pull Butterfly Garden here, and Butterfly Garden is a really nice card of metamorphosis and change. But more than that, the Butterfly Garden is something we plant to attract change. So you may be actively trying to manifest something. But here, let's see if I can get this. Always a challenge with these particular cards here. But you did pull this Oracle card, and this Oracle card is fear, right? It is fear-based. So with Athena telling you to listen to your fears as it guides you somewhere, there may be something, as you can tell, this person is looking through their fingers at something. It's almost like they don't want to see it. It's something that they don't want to see. Perhaps there is something you're actively trying to not see. Perhaps you're burying a fear. The month is overshadowed by the Three of Swords. And, you know, the Three of Swords obviously could mean heartbreak. It could mean that you're healing from something. But, you know, a little known meaning is that it can also represent internal fear, right? Cutting to the heart of an issue. Using your mind over your heart, right? It obviously could mean slowly easing yourself out of sorrow. There might be something you're afraid to see. So, with that said, Virgo, do you have some sort of internal fear that you're working on this month? I don't know. Let's look at this. It does say love spell here, and this, you know, came in reverse. So there is something that could have had you under a certain spell, certain feelings that you have pulled yourself out of. It does say actions speak louder than words. Perhaps you've said this to someone. Maybe that's... It says if you want to know how someone's feeling, watch what they are doing. Perhaps you've actually witnessed this. Maybe you've said it to someone. Maybe you've said to someone your actions don't match up with your words. Maybe you've just noticed that about someone. Maybe you're trying to get over someone who was that type of character. You do have the moon here representing your month. And as we know, you know, the moon heralds a time of confusion, perhaps fog. Maybe one thing appears to be something and it's not. Also, kind of keep in mind the moon is in Virgo, square Mars and Gemini on August 6th. And anger can erupt on that day. And it's kind of, the advice here is to keep yourself active that day. And so to let off steam in that way. You have luck coming in sideways. And it says anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. But it did come in sideways. And that's a choice. So you have to make a sort of choice this month. You may have an unexpected thing happen. You may have to face something. There's something you're not facing or something that you're kind of slow to face. Athena is guiding you to face this. Here you have concentration, and it says there's a lack of focus. And with the moon card, I can see that. It says take a step back, center yourself before making big decisions. You may lack focus, you may lack concentration for at least part of this month, but you know, peeking into next month, Virgo, you do have the sun here, and I love that you're moving from the moon to the sun, just as a heads up. So let's move into your tarot here. We're going to move through this rather quickly, and then we're going to go back and clarify everything, and then dip into next month a little bit. You're starting off the month here with the Magician. You may be actively trying to manifest something or manifest a skill, or you may have the skill, you may feel that you have the skill to manifest a certain something, because look at this. It pours right into the Four of Wands, which is the 1111 card, celebration in this particular deck. But, you know, more than that, it is a card of getting what you want. Or it's a very heavy manifestation card. Look for synchronicities. You do have the Devil, which is interesting. You maybe have obsessive thoughts. I mean, in this card, in this deck, it is obsession. As you can see clearly here, it says obsession. Capricorn energy for sure. By the way, the Magician could be looked at as Gemini or Aquarian energy. Many people think it's Aries energy as well. So you're moving from the Magician, manifesting something, or really on point with your goals, and trying to be very clear with your goals. And you're bordering on the brink of obsession here. There is something you're obsessively thinking about. Perhaps there is something that is striking a chord of fear. And when I say fear, it doesn't mean you're hiding under your bed, right? It could be an internal fear, an old fear. Something that sort of makes you do this. But, you know, with the moon here, Spirit is trying to tell you that you're not seeing things particularly clearly right now. But the sun does promise that you're moving out of this time. So let's look at this here. You have, coming in sideways, you have the Hanged Man and this stillness. And, you know, sideways cards in my readings anyway always represent a choice. You're going to have to make a certain choice this month. This represents stillness in this deck. So are you, and it's Piscean energy, will you be still and listen to the internal language that goes on inside you, so you can decipher what you're afraid of and what's actually not right for you? Or are you going to move ahead and flip this upside down? You do have fulfillment coming in reverse. So there's something that happens here mid-month, Virgo, that knocks you off your axis as far as your manifestation abilities. It is centering your whole month. Perhaps it is a visit from an unexpected person that does this to you. But this does give birth to the star. And as we all know, the star in this deck anyway is inspiration. The star is healing, which with this Three of Swords, I really like this for you. The star also represents Aquarius at its purest form. So let's look at this. We will go back and clarify everything. We have the Nine of Swords, which is you coming out of some sort of trauma, right? You coming out of some sort of anxiety. Perhaps you're healing from something. You do have Temperance, and, you know, further driving this home, you do have the ability to heal. This is the card of healing in this particular deck. This is also the card of taking things very easily and weighing things. You have the Six of Swords, which is movement, and here is another choice. You're going to have a few choices this month here, Virgo. Whether to move ahead, because this is the movement card, whether to stay still and evaluate what's going on. I like all the energy for you. I do like the changes. I don't see anything terrible here. The only thing is, you know, centering your whole month is this, there is something that I'd like to pull more cards on this before I speak on it. But let's look at your warnings. Your warnings here is not to juggle things too much, not to weigh things too much to where you don't make any progress. You do have here the Three of Pentacles, so it's in reverse. This is something that it may be warning you about a collaboration with another person. And here, look at this. Remember I told you have this healing card, this Temperance card, this weighing things out, really creating one thing from another. It is the card of the Alchemist. And a warning here would be not to be this way, not to do this, to refuse that. I think you are going to have choices presented to you, but I think that one of the warnings here for sure is to be very careful about what you choose, because you have the card of movement here as an option, and you also have the card of stillness as an option. Like I said, we'll go back and clarify this stuff. You do have, I really do like your blessings, because in your blessings column you have Aries energy, which is the Emperor, somebody who is on point with his manifestations, with what he has, very sure of himself, in control. A new path opens up for you if you do this work. Your blessings are always available to you if you do this work, and this new path gives birth to something brand new, something that you're not expecting, something that will definitely make you happy and sort of give you this oomph to it. It's something that's going to spark your interest, Virgo. So let's pull half of this deck here, and we'll start off the beginning of your month here. So you have the Magician, you have the Devil, and you have the Four of Wands sandwiching them. Very potent energy starting the month for you, Virgo. You have here coins. Money will be coming to you. This could be very money-focused energy. You could be very focused on your goals, for sure. And it looks like, yeah, and honestly, the Devil gets a bad rap, but the Devil could very, very well mean that you are very focused on material things. There is nothing wrong with that. And you are manifesting something at the beginning of the month that looks very, very promising. So you have here in the mid-month, you have Box. It says you will receive a gift, but you know, this did come in reverse. So, and it is in the middle of your month, and that is there is something that you are waiting for, or something that was promised to you that doesn't come to fruition, but it does give birth to a healing card and a card of hope. So whatever it is that happens mid-month, it's odd because it does center your month, but at the same time, it gives birth to some really nice energy. You have here the Nine of Swords, giving birth to temperance, giving birth to this choice of movement at the end of your month. The end of your month. And it says, pay attention to finances. You know, this whole thing may have something to do with finances because it seems to come up over and over again. Let's get the other half of this deck here and do your warnings. Teardrops. Great sorrow. When you see teardrops and great sorrow with the Three of Swords, there is something that it seems as though there is an undercurrent of something else going on here. There definitely is. Show me the blessings. It does say January. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Both those signs are highly aspected in this reading, or somebody with Capricorn or Aquarius highly aspected in your chart. And it does, or in their chart. Then again, it could be you, Virgo, with these signs highly aspected in your chart. This particular card is in your blessings column. So there might be something that has tentacles that reaches into January that you are manifesting at the moment as well. So if we look at this, where is my, here, I'll take it. If we look at this bottom row here, you have the Magician that gives birth. You're manifesting something here that gives birth to some sort of choice. Okay, you're going to be presented with a choice, and this choice, depending on what you choose, will lead you away from this anxiety and pain. For each of you, it's going to be different. When the sideways cards come in, that's usually what it means. There's no one story for all Virgos here. You do have let's say, you have the Four of Wands, which is beautiful, symbiotic energy that you go from feeling very, you go from being in this mode of manifestation to someone disappointing you. It says you will receive a gift in reverse. You have the fulfillment card also in reverse. Someone has disappointed you here. Someone will disappoint you, but what I like about this is it leads right into the temperance card. And that is not in reverse. So it looks like you are going to be healing something. And this something might be something from your past. I mean, it does say unexpected visitors. There is some sort of disappointment here on the table. You have the Devil, which is concerns with material things. It could be very Capricornian energy. Also, it could be a bit of an obsessive energy, but it gives birth to the star, which is hope. And you have that, and you're presented with yet another choice. Do I move forward or do I not move forward? It does say here, no matter what you choose, please pay attention to your finances. It looks like there is something that's not going to come through, and it looks like you're going to be blessed with something else. You have a few things going on here. The warnings here is that even though you may be healing from something here, Virgo, with these teardrops and this Three of Swords, it looks like for those of you who are healing from something, Spirit is trying to tell you not to let that instill some fears in you for the future or make you frozen to where you can't move forward. Yeah, I mean, even this card has a freezing element on it, right? So for some of you, that may be very, very true. You have the card of action speaks louder than words. It looks like something had you under a spell at some point this month. And we did mention that was the card of obsession, right? And it doesn't have to be love. It could be something that you are obsessively thinking about, something that you are dedicated to. But there's somebody else involved in this. And it does say to really examine this person's actions rather than their words. Because under the light of the moon, things can seem different from what they actually are. And the luck card coming in sideways means with these sideways cards, the choices you make will determine your luck. You need concentration, and it's easier said than done to be this clear when the moon is involved. So there is a lot going on, for sure. Here you have the King of Cups, umbrellaing the beginning of next month. And the King of Cups can mean many things, but it could mean emotional unavailability. It could mean you rejecting, especially with that Three of Swords there. It could be you rejecting a certain love offer. Perhaps somebody comes in and you're considering. Maybe it's somebody unexpected from your past. Yeah. Whether this is about money or this is about love, you're being asked to really examine whatever's presented to you this month in a very clear and concise way. Because right under the King of Cups, you do have the Sword of Truth. You have clarity. So you are moving from a period of perhaps not being very clear to a lot crystal clear perception. And it looks like whoever this is, okay, is lingering next month. And I'll tell you why I think that way. You have the Mask, and I really don't feel this is you, Virgo. This is somebody in your energy that wears a mask, somebody that perhaps says one thing and does another. You do have Isis sort of garnering your energy for the beginning of next month. And with Isis, possibilities, right? She talks about possibilities. And she also says when manifesting, right? Be sure to understand you're co-creating with spirit. You're not just obsessively doing it yourself. This is a co-creation. Just like the butterfly garden, the butterflies don't appear all of a sudden. They appear because you've planted a garden. It's a sort of, there's two things going on. It's a co-creation. You have here, redirect your thoughts, focus on what you want to attract, right? Not what you fear will happen. So if you are focusing a lot on fears, you're sort of attracting that into your life. In the beginning of next month, you might definitely open your heart here, right? Open your heart and concentrate on the things that you want to attract instead of the things that you're afraid of or the things that you're afraid of repeating. You have here the all night long, and it says it may take a little while to achieve the results you want, but it will definitely be worth the wait. Very nice energy here. You have Underworld, and it says find an unconventional ways to explore new sources of income. This is a card of sex, hidden knowledge, probing into the mysteries of life. So it's very scorpionic energy. it does say new ways of making money. There may be something new coming into your sights. I mean, I do see that for sure with these coins. You have Miss Sunshine, and I love that for you because you're moving here from the moon and sort of confusion into very positive sun energy. And that's really nice to see here, Virgo. You do have the Golden Palace, and the Golden Palace is coming in reverse. And basically what this card tells us when it's in reverse is to let go of the tight hold you think security should look like. So with this underworld card, you may be presented with a choice or presented with an offer that's sort of unconventional for you. And Spirit is asking you to really rethink it. Rethink it and see what happens. Fascinating as always. You have here the Four of Cups, and this is coming in reverse, which is nice because in this deck it is distraction. So whatever was distracting you or confusing you, it looks as though you're clearing this up. You are no longer going to be introspective. I think at the beginning of next month, you're going to be holding this sword crystal clear. Remember, we saw that sword underneath this King of Cups. You're going to be crystal clear. And you have the Empress. I love this. Beautiful. Wow, look at that. Oh, we'll get to that. Look at this. Wait. So you have the Empress, right? Which is nourishment. It is abundance. So it looks like there's a lot going on for you. And there's going to be something that's presented to you. And you're going to be crystal clear about it. Now, why I gasped like that is because you have the Three of Swords here. You have the Three of Swords here, and you also have the Three of Swords at the bottom of this deck. You, my friend, might be going through a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Maybe you're healing with that Star card. You might be healing from a past pain, a past hurt, somebody who wore a mask. It looks like this person might rear their head. They might reach out. It doesn't mean they're going to show up at your door, but, they might text you. It might sort of pick at a scab that's already formed. This may have been a Gemini, but at the very least, this was something from your past that you made a decision about. You do have the Ten of Swords in reverse, which is nice. This is definitely more healing energy. And you have the Three of Wands, which is the communication I was talking about. So yeah, for sure. And here you are letting go of the past. You're going to let go of the past. But here is your Three of Swords again in a different deck. So the Three of Swords has come out 3 times. There could have been 3 people involved in this situation. This could have been 3 facets to it. Perhaps somebody did 3 different things that really, really hurt you. Or very much so, it's just a hell of a lot of pain that you're trying to get past. You have Libran energy here. And this is justice. So, somebody may be in the future receiving their justice. Because look, even Lady Justice in this deck, she too is holding a sword, and she's not blindfolded. She sees the truth. You have Cancerian energy, which is beautiful, and you have you moving forward past something into a different situation. You have a King of Cups in reverse and a King of Cups upright. You are going to be presented with another offer, and man, I love this. Because remember when I said in the center of your month you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and that centers your whole month? Well, next month you get a manifestation, and you do snap out of this sort of cocoon that you're in. You're no longer healing at some point because you're going to be over this whole thing. But there is something that's going to come and rear its head again. It does look like that it's unfinished business, at least for them. Maybe you have finished this. Maybe you are healing from it. Maybe there are parts of you that you're afraid to look at. There may be parts of this that you're afraid to really look at and dissect. But somebody else is going to be an unexpected visitor, I'm telling you. And look, this is it. The King of Swords holding his sword. You're going to see right through the bullshit. You are going to see right through the bullshit. Okay, so let's pull a couple. You know what? Let me pull a couple of these cards here. Lots of cards here, Virgo. So it does look like there is a love spell. When I look at that love spell in reverse, it looks like you have broken. It's like a toxic attachment to someone. Yeah, there's the moon again. Give me one more for Virgo, please. So there could have been, under the light of this moon, you could be re-experiencing some rejection. You could be re-experiencing some loss, and you do have fragmented, so there may be parts of yourself that is a lot more hurt than you think, obviously with these Three of Swords, but there is a dark night of the soul indicated. At the very least, it's the moon. It's a very confusing time this month. But there is something coming, there is something going on with your money that I'm very happy about. As far as manifestation, money will be coming to you. You're manifesting something here that's very, very good. Very, very, and I need you to stay on track. I need you to sort of face whatever it is you didn't want to face. If you have an unexpected visitor, if somebody's coming back from the past, it really is time for you to really hold up that sword. You know the truth. The truth isn't changing. The truth is always static. The truth is the same no matter what. And yeah, for sure. I really like that the sun comes out for you here, Virgo. You have the sun coming out. You will see very clearly between the sun and these swords. You have the biome. You might have had a very strong connection with this person at one time. This person may use that word connection in order to try to reel you back in. You have speaking your word. You find your voice. You find your voice, Virgo. Yeah. You're not going to put up with any nonsense. It's definitely not for you. I'm going to pull one more card. Yeah, this has been... There is somebody that's going to disappoint you this month. And this very well could be lingering disappointment from the past. I mean, it says work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. God, we pulled that a few times about working through I don't know. Are you afraid to face this person? Are you afraid to think about what happened so you can heal? Because sometimes, unfortunately, we have to go through that dark night of the soul in order to get through it. And I think sometimes Virgos, sometimes earth signs, sometimes even air signs feel like they can skip that part. You know, I have earth and air heavy in my chart, and I feel that way sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to think about that. I'm just going to put that on a shelf and walk away. I'm going to skip that part. The hard part, I'm just going to skip it. Yeah, sometimes that doesn't work. It comes back to haunt you. And you may be faced with a choice this month on whether to repeat a pattern. There's something that has brought you great personal sorrow that is on the table here. It's definitely not easy. Definitely not. It's probably one of the harder readings I've done as far as pain, but this seems to be lingering pain. It doesn't seem to be fresh pain. It's not like you're walking along all happy-go-lucky and something happens and hurts you. This is pain that has roots, that, you know, I think a scab has grown over it, and somebody is going to come and try to pick at the scab. I really wish you all the luck, Virgo. Stay tuned because your birthday reading is coming up and it's good for a whole year. Big hugs. Namaste.